very effective because you're not trying to, it's almost like a blanket phenomenon that, which is what pushed it. We're not trying to, you know, interrogate what leads to it or trying to understand the roots of the phenomenon. You're just trying to focus all your attention on how you tackle it. Terrorists, by virtue, it gives more attention to, for example, in the US, but it directly accords a role for the DoD or the security establishment to target the problem, and they would, I mean, and that eventually, you know, leads to more anti-Americanism, more hostility, more violence, and it reaps more retribution in a way. So I think focusing on the territory is more salient because you can try to understand the roots of the problem. You know, is it economic? Is it social? Can we collaborate with the different parts of the other state? You know, there are the diplomatic establishment, the non-state actors. You know, is there a space where we can try to solve this problem? And from what the State Department is doing through the QDDR that came out, it looks like they're trying to move in that direction. Is carving out a role where there's adequate space for defense and diplomacy. So territory, in a way, is, I would guess, the more salient way to proceed when trying to tackle this problem. And yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I was asking for an answer among the three. That's a clear answer. Let me ask one question back, if I could. Just so for territory, let's take Afghanistan, so we can have a concrete case. So here you have 100,000 American troops there. Now, presumably, some people there would regard that as occupying forces. So you're in charge of a company. You come into my valley. I was living in my valley before. You seem like a foreigner. Okay? You are. You weren't here before. You say you're setting up a secure area. I'd say, and you don't like me growing poppies, if that's what I do. Or whatever I do. Or you don't like me treating women the way I do. Or you don't, whatever, you don't like something about my, my life. And so you begin instructing me how I should behave. Don't grow poppies. Let girls go to school, whatever. So I'm unhappy. So I may be more motivated to do things to you than I was before. I didn't even know that you existed. I was living in my valley. So you could say, on the one hand, sending troops into a territory to occupy it and reconstruct it, even though it may be quite helpful to some people, may be harmful to other people in the way that they're thinking of. Not necessarily that they may be wrong, but in any case, they were there before. So that's on the one side. On the other side, if it turns out that in the end, one's built a successful, stable, prosperous state, maybe most people are then bought into it and think that this made their lives better. Maybe most, maybe not so. So how do you balance between those two? I mean, making caricature for extremes, but what about that?
We